Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Duck, and I'm here to teach you what they didn't teach you in K through 12. If you're joining me again, we're about to get into a really sauced video. The markets are down everywhere. Everybody's down in the dumps. Nobody knows what to do, and everybody's looking for some hope. So we're going to get into it. In this video, we are going to look at key levels of support that are being met right now, as well as go over my theory for why this is potentially the best time for DeFi and crypto right now, as well as some free resources that anybody has the ability to use to be able to research and get into DeFi projects at the most appealing times. So, if you like this video, make sure you help me out. Hit the thumbs up button for me. And why don't you subscribe too? So that we can keep dishing out this knowledge and get everybody right in the markets. Because, you know, what we're experiencing right now is pretty drastic. Right here, we see that like everything on CoinMarketCap is just red. Red, red, red. Bitcoin itself down to 36,000. And this goes back to what I said in one of my past videos on different psychology tricks that you can use in this market to keep yourself level headed. Is that, like, number one, nobody has a crystal ball to be able to tell the future. Number two, hindsight is 2020. Okay? So you have to be able to read the indicators in the market. And I am still firmly convicted in the fact that at some point we will be going back up. But the opportunity cost of getting out of the market right now is high because, number one, you've already seen your portfolio decrease in value a lot. And number two, this is the opportunity to double down on positions that you have a lot of confidence in and you think are going to be able to work out for you in the long run. For that matter, I want to take you over to DeFi Llama because this is something that I found interesting. In ecosystems like Phantom, how much did the TVL change in the past 24 hours? Up 20%. Okay? For Aurora, right, it's a new ecosystem. It's just coming out on Near. And this is what I've been covering a lot recently. They're only down 5% in TVL. Okay? That's nothing compared to what the actual prices have decreased in the past week, right? We've just seen day after day of red. And the total value locked of these protocols has held up beautifully. Okay? Like Trisolaris, still number one. They still have over $500 million in total value locked. And I don't think that they're going anywhere, honestly. So, with that said, I do believe that right now is a great opportunity to be able to get into DeFi projects at, really advantageous prices so that you can begin collecting yield. And this is what you have to keep in mind, right? When you're collecting yield, it's not like, unless you're collecting yield in stable coins, you know, you're going after the higher alpha, the coins that are riskier if you're in liquidity pools, and you want to gain um, more exposure to these smaller, higher risk coins. So what do? You collect these coins, and I'm still holding strong on my strategy where I'm just compounding different tokens throughout the Aurora ecosystem because I believe in it in the long term, and I believe in like the ability to actually use these tokens in the long run. Just like we've seen on different ecosystems like Terra Luna and Phantom and even on Ethereum, like what's coming out in DeFi protocols nowadays is like real world use cases for us, the average citizen of whatever country you're from, to be able to have exposure to like financial products that are so revolutionary and so ahead of their time, especially given that they're basically taking over the banking system and like putting it in your hands to be able to allow you to control your own money instead of leaving it with the bank, right? And so now we're being given the opportunity to be exposed to these types of yields, these types of financial products, and it's really important to get into these protocols at advantageous moments, because then you get better positioning, you could get higher percentage of like liquidity pools, and it's just a better world when you have great entries, because it positions you to be able to have great exits as well. Now, if you the fact of the matter is the market has been going down for like the past month since the new year began. So if you didn't take profits like 2 months ago, 3 months ago, then there's no point in like crying about why like your portfolio is down so much. You had plenty of time to react to that. Now is the time to act when we're capitulating and get those great opportunities. I've been adding the entire like last 2 weeks, just daily cost averaging, because to me that's like the most efficient way to like be able to time the market if you could, right? Because like I said, I don't have a crystal ball, and what I'm more focused on is like positioning myself on assets that I believe have like a strong future, like strong positioning in their ecosystems, so that I can collect the yields and compound the different tokens of these ecosystems and benefit from like more value coming over and more use being like applied to them. And I think that's like a really important perspective to take on like why it is you're looking into these different crypto projects, because at the end of the day, like the whole point is to use them. And so if we go over to Ethereum, we can see that it's at the all of these charts that I'm going to show you are meeting resistance, right? Are meeting support right now, sorry. And they're all at key levels. And if you look at the Fibonacci retracements of these have all essentially wiped out the gains that they've made over the past, whether it be weeks or months, right? So like over here, this is band protocol since last August, completely wiped all of that out. Okay. For Ethereum, it was wherever it was in July of 21, wiped all of that out. For Chainlink, right here, it met some new lows in July of 21, and now it is currently wiping that all out. Even more recent pumps, it's wiped out, right? So, like, obviously, we're seeing like an extremely like fear-driven moment in the market, and key levels of support are being tested right now. What happens at key levels of support most of the times? If they are strong enough, then they'll be broke. Then they'll be held up. But if they're broken, oftentimes what you want to see is a test. Okay, so for something like near, you see it did a full 1.0 retracement over here. And so if this were to break down below this level, right? Right now, it's come down so quickly. What I see it most likely doing is something, it'll bounce like this, right, for a little bit before it decides whether it wants to go up or whether it wants to go down. And if it decides to go down, what will most likely happen is it'll come and retest this and then go down. Whereas up here, you have the bounces, you have the confirmations that this is holding this as support, and it can continue to grind up. And so this is kind of what I'm looking for. Like, are all these levels of support going to be held? If they're not held, will there be some sort of confirmation to tell us we're going to continue to the downside? If we do continue to the downside, then I'm going to continue my plan to just average in the whole way down, right? I got into crypto like in the middle of, when was it even? It was like the end of 2020, beginning of 2021. So like, I've been in it a short time, and I just want like greater and greater opportunities to like stack coins that I see are going to have extremely high utility in the future in DeFi. So, with that said, everybody, I'm going to clock off for tonight. I hope you guys are all doing well. And if you stay till the end and you really liked what you saw, please leave me a like, leave me a subscribe, help me grow, and let's get through this together because I know that it's tough right now. I know that, everybody's feeling down because their portfolios are shrinking, but just like change your mindset. Think of this as an opportunity, whether it's an opportunity to learn or to take advantage of the market itself and position yourself even better for the future. I think that within the next few months, I think a lot of the FUD will subside, and we're going to see whether it be just a retest of all time highs and then further downside, uh, meaning like, we could possibly see some sort of like period of hope and then go into a real big recession, or we just see like a grind up and then like we continue to the upside. But these types of like setups are going to take a long time to unfold, and you just have to take this day by day, right? You can't control what you can't control, and you have to make peace with that. So have a great one.